Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain, back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. So here we are, we're back in the Aloevain docks. Now, in order to actually access this area, you do need to head through Evening Star. And you would head north through Evening Star. Now, once here, again, you do need to pick up the quests. I definitely recommend picking them all up, as I'm not exactly sure which one it is here. So it'll be one of these two. I know, horrible one. But this is for the Netherese Recruitment Center here. And apparently we are lagging. There we go. Alright. So what you're going to want to do, once you have the quest, if you were following along with my previous videos here, I would have shown you how to get to 2 of the quests already. Now, typically speaking, this is all done in a big long chain. You would hit up the drainage culverts, which is straight across. You would head south. At that point, you do recall to the start here. So this is where you would want to be. Now, our next quest is actually this one way up here. You can talk to this guy here and actually have you teleport. But doing so does cost astral shards. Alright, so from the start position, you just want to head through the kind of the pathway here, and you're going to want to head as much north as you can. Now there is a kind of a giant wall of buildings that you can't quite get around, or rather can't get over, so you do have to go around. As well, there's just a straight up wall. Now, I do recommend just kind of hugging the side here. It will really let you just get around. We have a lever. And we're just going to keep hugging the side. We're going to want to head up. There we go. And again, keep heading up and around until we get to this set here. Now, while you're running, as you'll notice, we did enter like a shadow version, so it got all dark. Now, you can make it easier to see if you are having problems. Just go into your advanced graphic, and you're actually going to want to turn off where's the setting? Video post effects. That'll make it a little bit easier to see. Honestly, with the video post effects, you may want to turn it off for Aloevain in general. Again, with the extra effects, it can just be difficult to see there. So here we have either a lever or you can hop the wall. And then you will make it to the quest here. So simple enough. From here, we're going to head inside and get it going. Now this quest here, it is one of the longer quests of this area, along with the last part to this chain. Made even longer when you're getting that little touches of lag there. So with the buffing, don't worry about doing it the second you step in, as once you get in here, we gotta wait a while for the Shade General to actually sit and talk to everyone. While they're talking, we do have some breakables both on the southern and the northern side, just right inside the door here. It's a nice little way to pass a little bit of time. But as you can see, it is still slower. After they're done talking, the Shade General will go away. And then we can talk to the Netherese Recruiter. Once you talk, basically he's gonna, hey, you're not here for recruitment. And they're gonna start attacking. you notice they are putting down these poison traps, which you can disable. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so from this point here, we are going to want to head off to the left, heading north. Now there are some enemies here, which of course you can stop to kill. I'm going to stop to kill for the Plague Reaper, as I want to not have to deal with him later on. Or at all, really. Once that is done, we are going to want to head through this door here. Now, just inside, again, we have a few enemies. And continuing north. Now, there are going to be several breakables in here. And there are also going to be several doors and various paths. Ultimately, you know, you don't have to stick to the path I'm showing. But this is the path that I find works best for myself. So we head through here to this door. And again, just a few more enemies. Champion here. So the next thing I want to point out is we have a door right here. But before I go through that door, I do like to just clear out these enemies. Basically making sure that we're not going to get attacked on two fronts. So we are going to want to head through the door. As you see, the door is locked. And on the other side of the door, we are just going to have a gate and some spell wards. So the spell ward, obviously, grab that. It'll make sure that the chests themselves, or the crates, don't come alive. Now the chest here is a mimic. So opening it up, nothing. But it'll spawn in right here. And defeating him is considered an optional, so again, does give you some XP. And once he dies, it will also give you loot as well. So this mimic doesn't actually completely rob you, but he does fool you a bit. So there we go. So once he dies, as you see, he kind of comes to the center, drops, and here's our actual loot chest here. Now once that is done, or if you are skipping that room, you're going to want to head up here to this Char Alter. And this is one of the possible locations where you can actually come across this named guy, or this named woman, Rantha. Now she is an optional, not necessarily required, can be skipped, all that fun stuff. And as you see, has a bit of a hit point, so just watch yourself. And again, when she dies, gives you some XP. Now we also have this Char Alter here. Now as you see, it does have a lot of hit points. So I definitely recommend killing it though, as it is part of an optional. And I mean, it's an inanimate object. It's really not that difficult. Now, once that is defeated, you're going to want to head through the door here. And we're going to proceed around the corner. Now, through the door, we will again have another group of enemies. And this here is another location where Rantha can actually spawn in. Either way, she does have a chest, which is located in this room here. So once they are defeated, you're going to want to pull this gate lever here. And this chest here, this is, as you see, Rantha's chest. So once she's defeated, you can loot it. If we would have come the other way and got to this room first, this chest would be considered locked. Alright, from here, we do want to head north and kind of east through this door. We have a couple more spell wards and a bunch of boxes. Now there are 2 spell wards total. Again, if you don't get the spell wards, these ones don't damage, but they will convert these boxes into inanimate objects, or animated objects, and they will attack you. Now at this point here, we do need to continue heading south. Down the stairs, we will have some spell wards, so just watch yourself. And as you see, a few of them. If the spell wards are blocked, I do recommend trying to back up, as you may just be too close to them. Once you have all the spell wards, you're going to want to head through the door. And again, a few enemies here. Alright. So now once that's done, we're going to want to head through. And we actually have 2 directions that we need to go. One for the quest, the other for the optional. So for the optional here, which is the Char Alter, you are going to want to head here and open up this door. And again, another Char Alter with a lot of hit points there. Now once this is completely destroyed, what we can actually do is head off to the western section of the wall here, kind of the darkened section, and there is a hidden door. Inside there are a bunch of breakables. And all the way at the back we do have a lever. Now pulling this lever, it doesn't really look like it does anything. However, once that lever is pulled, we can actually run at this wall here and it will port us through. This is essentially where that guy had disappeared through. So yay. Alright, so now heading back here. So aside from that, we want to head south here, around the corner. Killing off these enemies here. And we come to a room that kind of has 3 doors. We got one there, one there, one there. Now, the door we need is the one to the south here. Inside here, there will be a bard surrounded by a bed of women, and they do make that they are all women in here, which I think that is a nice little attention to detail. So the bard was just enjoying his time, and he basically gets upset that you interrupted his nighttime activities with all the ladies. Once you beat on him a bit, eventually there he will die. When he dies, it's going to auto give you a key in your inventory. Basically, it's one of those you kill them, it doesn't actually drop anything, but it says it does. As well as it gives you access to this shrine here. At this point, we can head back out, or if we continue to the west, there is a secret door. Again, a few more guys to kill as well. We'll also get a random loot chest. There we go. So our loot chest is actually directly to the right. Here it is. And there is a pressure plate trap right in front. Alright, so again, breakables. There we go. And as you can see, the chest itself is locked. Grab that there. Alright, at this point, grab your breakables. As there are a few of them in here. And now you can head through this door. This will lead you back to the start, which actually is going to be a little bit quicker to get back to where we were. However, you can also just head back through and just head all the way back to this room here. So if you did take the area to the start, that's where you would want to go through that secret door, back into this room, taking the southern exit. And we want to head back up these stairs here, so that we can now cross the bridge. Now, in order to drop the bridge, that was that lever that we had to pull. If you hadn't yet pulled it, this is you would need to pull it, otherwise the bridge isn't down. Now, we do have some enemies around the edge here, as well as gargoyles, which will count towards your breakables. Once you have all that, you're going to want to make your way up the stairs here. They will have a fairly large amount of enemies, including some assassins. Now these assassins you do gotta watch out for, as the assassins themselves, they have a chain attack. When they are spinning this chain, you do want to move, because the chain itself can just dish out a very large amount of damage, and very quickly as well. By moving, which is really not difficult, so there's that chain. By moving, as you can see, you literally are just stepping out of the way of the trap, of the attack, and it's super simple. Now as you can see, as you're up and about, you can sometimes garnish additional attention of enemies. If you do that, they will just head to the nearest door and essentially get stuck, allowing you to just kill them off at your kind of your leisure. And if you have range or anything like that, it is literally shooting fish in a barrel, which is so much fun. Well, for the or this, not shooting fish in the barrel, rather. Alright, so once you're done all that, you're going to want to proceed all the way up the stairs and head through our door. Now at this point, we're almost done the quest here, and this section here, it will be darker. If you are having trouble seeing, you can actually activate these braziers to bring some light into the quest, or into this section, which again I think is kind of cool. It's also then going to spawn in shadows. The shadows just spawn in over time. It's nothing like, if you don't light the torches, they're not going to spawn in. But it does make them easier to see. Now, once they are all dead, it does now have 2 doors for us to go, both to the left and to the right. Now, typically speaking, I head through the right door here. And here we have a bunch of howlers. We will also have a whole lot of breakables in here as well. But the best part about these side rooms here is you can actually drag them around the corner a little bit here and have all your little villagers assist you in killing. So there is that. Now, if you are going for conquest, I would also recommend heading through the other door to the south here. This one here is just going to have in shadows. It's typically easier to deal with, as shadows have a lot less hit points than howlers. They move a little bit slower. So overall, just easier enemies. You also have breakables. Now, once you head through this door, either this one or the other one, it will bring you to this hall, which will have our last Char Alter. It is also going to have shadows spawning in. Now, you can choose to wait and kill the altar until you get both waves of shadows, or you can just focus on the altar and kill the altar as fast as you can and just ignore the extras. So as you can see, we had another wave trying to sneak in there. Now again, you can hit these braziers both here and on the other side, which will light things up a little bit, allowing you to see these shadows a little easier. Now, again, doesn't matter what side you are on, you're going to want to continue off to the east, and it will bring you to this room. Now, this room here, we need to head up to the top. Which will then bring us right to the end fight area. So here we are. As you can see, it does continue to spawn in shadows, which again helps you get to that conquest there. Once you've defeated all the guys here, you do have access to a shrine, and then you're going to want to head through this door, or rather the mirror right here, because we have the effects turned off. It's just going to look like this. If we were to turn the effects back on, As you'll see, it is actually a mirror. But again, it is a little bit harder to see, so for out here in Wayloon, we will be having that off. And here we are. So it's going to start you in this section. Now, if you are actually quick enough, this guy is going to be talking. If you are quick enough, you can actually hop up top here. I just need some jump. And you can actually jump and grab this front of these pillars, so this one and that one there, giving you a very nice aerial advantage. Now it also kind of lets you see your sky block way back there. I don't know if you can see the darkness, but it really lets you see just the block that you're in. And yeah, so once he's done his conversation, he's going to start attacking you. I'm just going to call my hireling here. Get a death ward, and then I'm going to hop over to, again, this side, same thing. Yeah, so I do want him to be focused on me. I'm going to have the hireling heal themselves. Alright, and you're going to want to fight him until he gets a little injured here. After a while, he'll cast a bubble around himself, and then here in the center, it's going to spawn in a giant kind of purple worm. Now, as you see, he's not actually spawning it until we get close. And he has a few pretty nasty attacks. As you see, the acid there. And he can also do that stun there. So you want to take him out. It can be a little difficult again if you are solo. This stunning blow can be absolutely annoying. Once he dies, however, you finish off the main guy, but he doesn't do so alone. It's actually going to also spawn in a whole bunch of shadows, but only this shadow puppeteer is a ranged. Everyone else is going to be just melee. Alright. Now once you're done, as you see, you got the XP. It took us only 24 minutes. It can be a little bit quicker, obviously, if you don't go everywhere. And then we got our chest. And from here, you're just going to want to finish out. Now, if you are continuing the chain, I am going to show you how to get back to the path. Because in order to go to the next quest, you got to almost run right past this one here. So from here, obviously you step out of the quest. You would want to head through the gate here, or you can actually hop on here and simply jump over. And then you would want to head through these guys right here and start down this path here. So you'll see the giant Char symbol, which is essentially a giant black circle. And you would want to head through here. So here's where I'm going to leave the video. On the next one, I am going to show a full run on how to get to this point, just in case, again, that's where you are. If you're not sure, you can go ahead and skip to this part if you are just finishing this one. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one all.